Hello and welcome. My name's Petra. I'm here today with my lovely daughter, Natasha.
Hello.
Together we are Knit Inc. And today is December 4th, and we are bringing you a little bonus Advent episode because I am so addicted to Advent, even more than ever this year.
There's a lot of fun. I feel like the festiveness is in high gear this year. I think the combination of people starting to kind of decorate a little earlier, and this year I feel like everything is a little more open despite a lot of illnesses going around, especially in the US. But people are excited to celebrate the holiday season, and with that comes Adventing.
Yes. So do the welcome.
Oh, shoot, we forgot to say last time, welcome to our returning viewers, or welcome back to our returning viewers, and a warm welcome to anyone new here. We're glad you're here.
And thank you so much for your wonderful messages and your concern about Natasha and her little baby that she's been incubating, her big work in progress for this year. We didn't really think about it where we podcasted and shared the wonderful news, and then
went quiet for 2 months, so we're really sorry about that. That was not on purpose, and it totally slipped our minds because we just got busy at the end of the summer and fall. But everything is going well, and I am approaching 38 weeks. Gosh. We're in Cambridge again, like we were, I guess it was only 2 weeks ago you were up here.
Only 2 weeks ago, yes.
We are having a Boston Friends apartment warming / mini baby shower here today. So we had one for family and local friends in our hometown in October, but we wanted to kind of see a bunch of our friends and show them our new apartment before we kind of go into hibernation for January and February. So my mom came up to help us prepare for that, and we'll have people flocking in about 2 hours. So
we have a 30 minutes of peace right now to just talk about all our Advent knitting.
So why don't you start with yours? Because I only have one Advent project, but I have a couple other things I'll touch on.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this year Natasha bought me the Advent striped socks from Cozy Knitter. She's based in Canada, and I'm so excited that I've seen quite a few of my favorite people around the world knitting on them, including the Yarn Harlot, Stephanie Pearl McPhee, Jana from Finnish Knitting Stories, Kay Jones from Bakery Bears, and I feel like one other person just recently posted about it. Anyway,
that is fun that all over the world, it's kind of like a mini Stephen West make-along, where, it's just you're all making the same thing. It's kind of fun. And I think we forgot the name of the dyer last episode, so it is the Cozy Knitter. And what did you say? It's her 5th year doing it?
Mm-hmm. It's her 5th year doing it, and I do remember having a little envy when I was seeing people post it last year. So
I remember that. That's why I pre-ordered it for
Thank you. And I was going to order it for myself, remember?
Yeah, you sent me a message. You're like, oh, these are on sale. And I was like, don't order it.
Or pre-order. They won't pre-order.
Yeah, I think it was like in August, maybe September.
So this year she's called the colorway Bliss, and they are really gorgeous colors.
Yeah.
And this is today's stripe, which is sort of this lime green. So I think I've seen 4 started, and they're all using white or cream, contrasting, heels, toes, and cuffs. So I am wondering if there was a note or a memo that I didn't get. So I started mine in black.
I wonder if I would have gotten something since I ordered it, if she recommended doing that with a light, but I missed the email, or maybe she posted on Instagram a recommendation. We didn't see it.
Yeah, I have a hard time following things on Instagram these days because of the ads and so on. So I miss a lot of things. But anyway, I realized it when I had made one black toe. But I just decided I'm just going to continue on mine with black. And I'll definitely do black heels, but I might do a white cuff.
Yeah, you can see how
I do have some white yarn.
And I think, the cream or light color would be nice with all these.
Because there's sort of ice cream colors,
But,
summer colors.
But it's still a nice contrast. I don't think you did anything. I wouldn't say it's wrong by any means.
No, it's going to be maybe more dramatic contrast. So
there you go.
This is really cute because it's it's a quick 10-15 minutes to do this little stripe.
And you have the other sock going too?
I do have the other sock going, yeah.
I mean, the process of doing two socks, I'm not much of a sock knitter, as I think most of you know, that, when you're done, you've got, they're both done.
Yes, so I'm knitting them on two separate needles. I used to do years ago 2 at a time on one circular. But
so you're starting the green on this one for the day 4?
Yeah,
cool.
I'm just starting, yes. So it's a nice ritual. Okay, so that's my socks. And in the years past, I'm just going to put my foot up and hopefully I don't pull a muscle, these are the kind of Advent socks I've done before where I just
you can either
swap with friends, or I start with one row and I increase every day, and each sock is different. But I've got my anyway. So I definitely love knitting Advent socks. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my Advent sweater. That's right. This is the Shifty by Andrea Mowry, and I knitted this as an Advent pullover 1 year.
Not last year. I think it was the year before,
or even longer.
Either 2019
or 20, maybe 2019. It feels like. So yes, I just held gray. And then with the Advent,
your main color was the gray.
Yep.
And then the purple, all the purples were. So how did you choose them? Did you just pull from your stash, or?
So that year I did a Advent swap with my local yarny friends.
Yep.
And because I was one of the organizers, I pre-selected a purple biased Advent for myself.
Okay, and you probably didn't use all 24,
I
so
didn't.
You were able to select, and there's like some blues and blacks in here.
So I sort of curated a little bit. If I opened up the yarn and I thought it would go, I used it. And if I thought it didn't go, I just put it aside and used it for my socks. I was knitting socks and the sweater at the same time, so I would do a few rounds on my socks and then on the sweater. And yeah, the red, I think I added the red on purpose.
The red on the under the cuff and the
here.
I can't remember if there was a reason why you did that.
The red? The red was definitely in the Advent. I remember loving this color red.
I can't imagine that you would have run out of yarn for just one more row, especially since you have so much purple in your stash. Maybe you just wanted to add a little red, and I think that's a really cute touch.
Yeah, thank you. So, and you made a Shifty too. But you didn't use the Advent.
No, I did it I did mine before, and I did mine with Noro.
Oh, that's right. You did yours with two.
Mine's a little small for me. I mean,
this feels a little small for me too.
It's not, I wouldn't say small. I would just say it's kind of a zero ease situation. It's not like, but
it's not a loose, comfy sweater.
Yeah, and obviously right now I can't wear it, but we'll see what happens with my body. I miss wearing my hand knit sweaters because it's gotten cold, and even I had like 2 biggish ones that I could wear, but I can't now, and I've been missing wearing my hand knit sweaters.
Soon, January, you'll be able to.
I think I'm gonna cast one on.
You should
this
darling.
week.
You should. You should. Okay, so tell us about your Advent knitting.
Okay, so last year was the first year I did the Imagined Landscapes Gnome Mystery.
Do you want me to hold anything?
Sure. So I knit 2 last year, 2 sets. So this is one set, and this is the other set.
A little backpack.
And this little gnome is supposed to go into the backpack, but I kind of overstuffed the little gnome or something, so they don't quite fit. So I just have like a couple balls of yarn in each of the backpacks.
Oh yeah, so cute.
And I think you could maybe like hang this on your tree if you wanted, because the way it was made.
Oh yeah. That would be a nice little ornament.
Yeah, and they're so cute.
Oh my gosh, the detail in these.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
really cute.
The way that it's done is you either get a clue for part of the pattern, and it's split up, you know, like one day was probably the beard, one day was like, you know, doing the backpack, one day was maybe the hat, one day was maybe the body of this guy, that sort of thing. And some other days she does a little story that comes out about the little gnome.
Nice.
So I forget what these guys were called, but they had a story, and then she also will sometimes do a recipe.
Oh.
So today is day 4, and she does warn about not posting any spoilers. So I haven't posted anything on Instagram, but if you're doing this, I'm really hoping I'll be able to get this up by Monday or Tuesday this week. So
Little spoiler alert.
so there will be a few days have passed if you are doing this. So spoiler alert if you're doing this, because I don't want to ruin it for you. But anyway, so this year's theme is called Gnome Made Gifts, and it's 5 colors. And what I've done is made myself this little card with these 5 colors. And oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go get 2 things. I'll be right back.
Gnome.
So you had gotten me these 3 colors when we were at our main knitting retreat, and I was gonna make a stocking, but I was like, oh, I'll just use this for the gnomes. It's a heavier weight, and I did this before looking at the pattern, and then I looked at the pattern and realized that it actually calls for 5 colors, and I thought last year only called for 4, and I thought I could kind of fudge it with 3, but I didn't really think I could fudge it with 5. And I didn't have any, I think this is DK.
No, it's sport weight.
It's sport weight. I didn't have any sport weight colors that in my stash that would go with this and be sort of Christmassy. So I was like, okay, I need 5 colors. And I have this bag here that has all these like fingering weight Christmas color yarns that I've done some charms with, and also has the colors from the gnomes I did last year. So I was looking at it and I realized that I had all 5 of the colors from my Stephen West mystery knit along. I think this was 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
2020's one. Was it Shawlography?
Yes.
Maybe?
Was it 2020 or?
I think this
doesn't matter. It's
or 2021. It might have been last. Yeah, I think it was 2021, and it was Shawlography. I did it last year. I didn't do it this year.
It was 2021.
Yeah, and I think these, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call them Christmas colors,
No.
but they're like winter colors, right?
They are like icy winter colors. That's true.
And I had 5. They're all the same
Weight,
yarn and type of yarn, and I think I have enough. The one I have the least of is this middle darker one, but I'll just fudge it if I need to.
You could substitute. This one would go in there if you need.
And you know, this isn't a garment; it's pretty forgiving.
Yes.
So that's my yarn, and I'm working on one right now. Depending on how things go with the clues, the pattern, and the baby, I kind of want to cast on another one, but I'm holding off for now. But so there have been. Day 1 was making this little scarf, which is so cute.
So cute.
And the way this is done is you cast on and you cut when you start a new row. So you end, so you cast on, you knit a row, and I don't think this is spoiling anything, but it's just a nice way to end up making the fringe where you don't add the fringe at the end. You just, you cut the yarn
It just
after
occurs
each.
organically.
Yeah, and then you just tie them off. So that's a cute, I hope mine's long enough. It seems like it would be, but maybe it's for a little gnome. Like, I think it would maybe fit around a little gnome, but I don't think it would fit around a big gnome. So that was day 1. Day 2 was part of a story. Day 3 was this little thing. So it's cute. It's got a little top knot. So this was yesterday. So I think, you know, this is a little gnome, maybe. It has an open base at the moment. She said block if desired. So I'm going to block both of these, just so they're like, you know, even or whatever.
I think those two go together. Oh, maybe not.
I don't know. I hope my gauge and stuff isn't off. I don't know. We'll see. And then today, day 4, is also a story. So I wish that it was to be honest, I wish, because it's Sunday, we
Yeah.
have time. I wish that
There was knitting
there was knitting today. So that's where I'm at with
Okay.
mine.
Very nice. So then I think I'm going to talk about my other Advent knit along. There's a few of us podcasters.
How many Advent knit-alongs are you doing?
I'm actively doing 3
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing a 4th one. I wish I didn't have to go to work because I think I could do Advent full time. But I'm actively doing 3 Advent knit-alongs. And then there's a couple of ad hoc things that if we have time I'll talk about. Anyway, a few of us podcasters did an Advent swap this year, and it was so fun. We just use yarn from our own stash between 10 or 20 grams. The only rule was that it should be fingering weight yarn and it should be natural wool, no cotton or linens or... I mean, there is soft yarn blends.
It can be superwash, but
yeah, it can be superwash.
Not like you said, not like cotton or linen or bamboo.
And the thing is, it's coming from our stash. So Natasha and I put one together, and we sent it to Lisa, who has a podcast, Free Your Sheep. Mm-hmm. She lives in Iceland, so ours went to Iceland, and we received one from Scotland from Rebecca, who is Creabea. I can't pronounce it. Sorry, Rebecca. Creabea.
I think it's Creabea.
Please go and watch her podcast. She's got a beautiful podcast and some really lovely knitting patterns.
And Lisa too.
Yes.
And Rebecca is she's been dipping into the pattern making. Mm-hmm. And you might have seen on Ravelry a couple of her patterns. I really want to make the Cargill.
Me too.
When it came out, I was like not in shape to make myself a sweater, but she also came out with the Cargill Junior. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be, maybe I'll do that one for next winter for the baby. But it's a really, really cool pattern, and she's got at least 2 or 3 other sweaters going. Super talented, and highly recommend checking her out too.
Yes, we will put those podcasters in our minimal show notes.
It's exciting to get yarn from her, and she's packaged everything up really sweetly.
So hold on, I just want to start with day 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So I decided to use the yarn to make another Advent sweater, and I'm just using a simple raglan. It is the Espace Tricot Bright
Side. Is it Bright Side?
Yes, it's Bright Side. It's really just a simple fingering weight raglan, and I just decided...
I helped you decide about doing... Just do a simple raglan, because that way you can try it on as you go and sort of control your stripes a little bit more versus like a rounded yoke or like a fitted sleeve, because this is a round yoke, you know. Yeah. So you thought about maybe doing a shifty again. Mm-hmm. And you may remember this massive cone that came from England. You wanted to use this.
This came from a charity shop. This is a kilogram of lace weight mohair made in Italy. It's a blend.
But it's very, very thin. Yeah. So it's not thick enough to make, holding with fingering to make it a DK. Like, I think it's now like a heavy fingering. So that's why I thought a raglan, because your gauge is kind of going to be a little funky, where it's a little bigger than a fingering, but not quite heavy enough, because this is just such a thin mohair.
So I thought carrying mohair with the Advent yarn would help blend different yarns together.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like the gray mosaic knitting. So anyway, so this was day 1. It was a beautiful green sock yarn. Actually, Rebecca sent a 20-gram mini, and I knit about 11 grams and saved the 10 grams.
You could maybe use it on your wrists or something if you need to.
So this was day 1. This was day 2. It's a beautiful Scottish yarn, and it came with a little bit of its own mohair. So that worked out really beautifully, because you can see there's this stripe held with its own mohair. And when I ran out of that mohair, I just added the white.
Cute. I like that.
And Rebecca sent a cute little goodie in each bag. So these came, and I'm using them because
They're
normally
like little yak
stitch holders.
I think
not stitch holders. What do you call those? Stoppers?
Needle stoppers?
Which is perfect for me because I'm always losing my stitches.
I know, and I wanted to give you some last time you were here because when we were recording, all your stitches were falling off, and you just because when you travel from Stonington to here, and you just threw everything in a bag, and then every project my mom brought out, stitches were falling off. So Rebecca, these were very appropriately timed. I think they're little yaks.
Yeah, so
but
cute.
What are they called? Stitch holders?
No, not stitch holders. They must be needle stoppers.
Needle stoppers.
And then this is a cute little stitch marker, a stocking that came on day 2.
So are you using the stitch marker for just to? Oh, geez.
That's beginning of round.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's only one stitch. Oh no, I've got all the raglan. Yeah, that's my beginning of round stitch marker.
Cute.
And then day 3 was this yesterday. Self-striping sock yarn, which I decided is not going to go into the sweater. It's going to go into socks.
And these are really nice Christmassy colors.
Yeah, maybe I will make the baby Christmas socks or something with that. And it also came with what we call the barber poles, barber cords, which I put to use.
These are stitch holders.
Yeah, which I put to use last night on this little sweater that I'm making. I'm making the little Gansey sweater.
That's the bottom.
Right? Yeah, it's bottom up, which I'll talk about another time because I think we're going to run out of time. But that's also nice Christmas red. So that's day 2, 3, and today we have day 4.
Okay, so and there's been some little chocolates.
You ate the chocolates.
And I've been eating the chocolates.
Natasha ate the day 3 chocolate. Okay, here we go. Ooh, there might be more chocolate in here.
Sorry for the crinkle. Maybe I can edit it out. Oh, there's a chocolate for me. Yay.
Oh gosh, this is the... this Wheat Country Yarns is the same yarn that was day 2. It was a cumin colour. Oh my gosh, this is so
really
cute.
Pretty.
It's the same Scottish yarn, so it's the same...
Same
as the cumin.
It's like green with some like purple.
Same as that. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I love the heathering.
And that's going to be really nice right next to this, I think.
That's going to go next. Yay, thank you.
Oh my god, that's really pretty.
Oh my gosh, in the
I've never
daylight.
heard of that company.
Me neither. There are so many colours in this.
Made in Scotland. It's called Sea Holly. 100% wool. Oh my god, it's so cute. And the little reindeer. I kind of want the reindeer marker.
You can have the reindeer. I cannot tell you how much joy opening up this little package gives me every day.
I know.
I don't open it up right away in the morning. I kind of save it for a moment in my day where I can actually just super enjoy it. And so I'm going to knit this stripe probably when I get home this evening.
Yay!
Okay.
So I finished my little bean duck boots. I don't think they're going to be very functional, as in I'm not sure how they'll even stay on. Obviously, the baby won't be walking. These are definitely like bigger than for a newborn, but they're sort of like a little novelty. And I ended up doing an I-cord for the lace. I think I did it 12 inches, which is what the pattern said to cut a 12-inch length of yarn to tie up. But I think it's actually a little short, especially because I actually ended up doing three, I wanted to call these buttonholes, three lace holes.
Yeah.
Instead of 2, which my friend Julia recommended, because she had done them. The pattern only calls for 2, but she said that she saw on some Ravelry projects people had recommended doing 3. So I think maybe the extra
lace holes.
I should have realized maybe I should have done like 18 inches or something, but I can still kind of tie it. So finished those and blocked them. And while I'm just on the topic, I had quite a bit of yarn left over. I think you could make a toddler size. However, I wasn't really into doing the toddler size because I think at that point toddlers are trying to walk and those are going to be way too slippery. So with those 3 colors left, I was like, this could be like a fox hat. I don't know why I had it in my head that they were like fox colors. And I just wanted to use the yarn up right away. So, sorry, I just have a bit of a dry throat, but I'm not sick. So I cast on this fox hat, and
oh gosh, that is looking like a fox. Yes.
yeah, you do add eyes and a nose with some black yarn. I'll put the info below because I didn't make any cards today. The pattern is for fingering, and the pattern is for DK or sport, and this yarn is fingering.
What did you say what the pattern was?
I think it's called Fox Hat, but
okay.
I can't remember the designer off the top of my head. The pattern has more like a dark gray and then a light gray. There are quite a few rounds where you're holding 3 colors together. I've just switched over to the 2. This I think will be for next winter. I cast on the 3rd size because I wanted to use as much of the yarn as possible. Yeah. But I'm already done with using the white, and I still have this much left. And then I have this much left of the brown. But I think that, let me show you a picture of the done one. I think I actually might end up using those colors again. And I have another little nubbin of the brown because there were 2 skeins of it. Oh yeah, there's like a little top. I might end up using.
You could use a little.
I can use it a little bit more. So there's the. Mm-hmm. And now I can tell you who it's by. Knits by Eva.
Okay.
Eva Olsen, and it's called Fox Hat. Surprise, surprise. So that I will finish up maybe this evening because I'm through the 3 colors, and then I needed to have a 4th color. And this is some tan that actually fades to white.
Oh, really?
And the white fades to a turquoise, and I had used the turquoise fading to white to do like a little bralette years ago. Yeah. So this is just extra that I found that was a color that worked with this color scheme.
It's great, isn't it, when you have things in your stash that work
in
a project, which is a nice segue to my next Advent knit, which is the Bakery Bears have got a Christmas Advent. So it is only for their Patreons. They release an Advent little video every day, and there is a pattern that was revealed I think on the 2nd of December that the Mystery Knit Along is going to be a Christmas stocking. I don't think this is a spoiler alert for anyone. So I wasn't going to do it. But then when I heard it was a stocking, I thought, oh gosh, that would be really fun to make a stocking for the baby. And I just had yarn in my stash. So it calls for 3 colors of DK weight yarn. And last year I had bought Rowan DK because I was going to make the Arnie and Carlos sweaters. They had these Christmas sweaters, and I only managed to make one, day 3. So I still do, when I say I've got like other ad hoc Advent knitting, I still would like to make, more of these sweaters. This is actually made from Rama Phenol PT2 because I couldn't get the Rowan DK yarn. It was all sold out in time for making these sweaters. But I did eventually get it. So I thought,
really nice.
So I got 2 shades of grey. I bought the light and the red. And the green was sold out. So I got this Rowan felted tweed green instead.
Tweed is I love tweed, and I think it does kind of have Christmas vibes.
Tweed and heather. So hold that for us. So then I thought, oh my gosh, I really want to do this knit along too. And so the first knitting part came out yesterday, and it's sort of like a lacy cast on for the top of the stocking.
It's pretty.
So I thought this
like
could
a crown
be,
almost.
Yeah, this could be the baby's first Christmas stocking, whether the baby is born or not this Christmas.
If you're new here, I'm due this 22nd of December.
22nd of December. And it's a manageable amount of knitting. I've got to do 3 more of these repeats, and the next knitting clue comes out tomorrow.
Oh, so there's a few days in between.
Yeah, it's kind of like the gnome, and the inspiration is Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
I want to make this.
I know. So if you're a patron of Bakery Bears, it's really fun. It's so their Advent calendar is so professionally made with music and
their vlogmas
cartoons. Yeah, every day, but you're only for Patreons.
Oh, I've been watching it, and we've been watching some vlogmases, which are always so fun.
I've been so addicted to the vlogmases. So that's my other.
I don't think we've ever shown this bag. Wasn't this from your sister?
Oh yeah, my sister got this for me.
If I can't take my knitting, I'm not going.
So that's that. And then the only other Christmas thing is a few years ago, I started making the Advent mittens. Can you read that by Kathy?
By Kathy Lewinsky.
And so I have days 1 and 2, and then some other random days I've made throughout the year. And I don't have day 4. So I was thinking, so it's
I don't think you should show them.
It is a free pattern.
Oh, okay.
It's a free pattern on a website, but you can pay to get the PDF.
So this is day 4, so you can see there's a number there.
Yeah, and on some of mine.
What's this heart bit for?
That's the thumb.
Oh.
On some of mine, actually, I would say most of mine. This is 19. This is the number doesn't pop out very well. Even like this is 13, and I thought, what's that number? I'm thinking I might do duplicate stitch.
That's a good idea.
So they're really cute. So I just kind of make them as and when. I mean, I would love to have a whole set of mittens and a whole set of sweaters.
You really do need to just not work in December.
I know. I mean, I honestly, I think I could. Yeah. Anyway, I still have to work full time. But yeah, so much fun. It just gives me crazy amount of joy, this Advent stuff.
It's great. I'm loving it too.
I think that's it. Oh, and one more thing I do want to say is, so I've got one Christmas bag which I got in an in an Instagram swap, and I've been trying to remember the acronym. Maybe you remember?
Oh, it's like fulfill your yarn wish or something.
Get your yarn wish granted.
Yeah.
I participated 1 year, and I sent things to people, and I didn't. Back then, I did not have a single actual project bag.
Wow.
And I got 2. This was my first one, and then I got another one.
That's fun to bring out.
Yeah, so I do save this now for my Christmas knitting, but I haven't been able to find that hashtag.
I think we follow it.
Do we?
I'll put it down below. I think we follow it. I think it's get your yarn wish granted.
I'm wondering if it's still out.
I think it's active still.
Okay,
and it's like a swap. I don't really know how it works, but you can check it out.
Check it out. It's fun. So, and I have not made any baby hats.
Oh, I just want to show this real quick. I cast this on with the leftover Rico, and I had like a couple grams left over, and this is a little big. This might be it's cotton, so maybe it's like a summer cold night.
I love the colors.
Hat. So I was getting rid of my scraps, just trying to use them up.
And while I finished the stripe on one sock while we've been chatting here.
Okay, so now we have to clean up, cut some vegetables. I had to change,
prepare for guests arriving.
Yeah, and we'll see how things go. If we do another quick update in December, but we will try and keep you updated on Instagram stories. And
so when the baby arrives, I have never done any editing or video uploading, so I think I will try to do a little note on Instagram. So what are we on Instagram? Knit Inc. If you want to follow us on Instagram, I think that might be my easiest way of letting you know when the baby is here.
So thank you everyone for your support. We've been feeling it and really touched, and we hope that you are finding joy in some Advent knitting or regular knitting or crochet, making and having some festiveness. We're gonna light 2 candles for at the second Advent Sunday today. Anything else?
Enjoy some nice tea.
Thanks for watching.
Stay well. Thanks for watching.
Bye.